So the Lakers are coming off a fresh win against the Dallas Mavericks, and all I can say about this team is that they're finally looking like the Lakers again. The new additions of Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, and Malik Beasley have all been huge positives for this team on both ends of the floor, and they've heavily impacted this team overall. I mean, Jared Vanderbilt being a good defender, D'Lo being a good facilitator, and Malik Beasley being a knockdown three-point shooter. I mean, the Lakers, they're currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they're basically on the verge of making the playoffs. I mean, they're currently the 11th seed overall, and I would say that by the end of the season, they could either be in the play-in, be in the playoffs, or not even in the playoffs at all, which is something they don't want to do. Obviously, they don't have their pick this year. It goes to New Orleans, so might as well just make it into the play-in with LeBron being there, AD being there. You should hope that you guys are still a basically contending team in the West. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the new look Lakers and what is in store for this team moving forward. So first, I want to talk about the new additions to the team, specifically Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, he's been amazing for this team on the defensive end. He's been able to lock it down on defense while also being a rebounding machine. He was a big piece in them winning today against the Mavericks, being able to lock up Luka Doncic, and I think that's really important. I mean, having a grit and grind guy that can just play defense and just be there playing some tough defense is really all you want for a player on your team. I mean, he's going to be able to guard 1 through 5, being able to guard the best player on the opposing team, and I think that's what every team needs. And in Jared Vanderbilt, in his case, it's a little bit more better for him because I think he has a lot of potential. He is only 23 years old and he's averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds over the season, 56% from the field. I mean, he definitely has the potential to become a good rotational player for this Lakers team, and I think the Lakers can definitely provide him the future that he needs. I mean, Jared Vanderbilt, he's a guy that's not really a guy scoring on offense, which is, great for the Lakers. They don't need guys to score. They do have LeBron and AD, but I mean, guys like Russell, Austin Reeves, and Malik Beasley providing some good floor spacing is really all you need for this team. And having a guy like Jared Vanderbilt in the starting lineup playing some tough defense is something that you want from a guy like him. So AD originally was the defensive anchor on this team, and I think he still is, but by adding Jared Vanderbilt, it definitely helps AD relax a lot better on the defensive end. I mean, especially since he is very injury prone, so having Jared Vanderbilt there kind of helping him in the interior definitely gives AD a little bit more room to breathe, essentially. So he also fits nicely into the starting five. He isn't a guy that needs to score, like I said, but just a guy that is going to be there setting some hard screens and just playing some good perimeter and interior defense. So yeah, that's my take on Jared Vanderbilt. He's been very great for this team ever since he came from the Utah Jazz, and he's going to have a pretty bright future in terms of being a very tough defender at the wing and someone that's going to be able to grab rebounds. So next we have Malik Beasley, who I don't really have too much to say about him. I mean, he's been just as I expected him to be. He's a knockdown three-point shooter for them, and that's really all he's going to be for his career. I mean, if he does develop more of a game inside, I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I mean, overall in the season, 13.5 points per game, around 4 rebounds and around 1.5 assists. Yeah, 40% from the field and 36 from 3. He's a knockdown shooter, but that's pretty much it. The offensive efficiency is not really there. 80% from the line. I mean, Malik, he's really going to be there just to be on the wing or on the corner, and that's pretty much it, shooting 3 balls. And, with LeBron and D'Lo there, they're going to be creating a lot of gravity in the paint. And I think Malik Beasley, being a guy that can just knock down threes easily, can definitely be good for them. Now, he can put up some double-digit games. I mean, he's been putting up some 20-point games, some 30-point games here and there over in the season, even with the Utah Jazz. But, I mean, on the Lakers now, he's going to have more of a reduced role, and that's pretty much all they really want from Malik Beasley. So I think he's a good fit for this team. Have him either off the bench or starting. He can easily fit into the offense with LeBron, and we're also running the offense. So that's all I have for Malik Beasley. Finally, to round out the new additions, we have D'Angelo Russell. Although he's injured right now, I mean, Russell, he's played some pretty great games for the Lakers recently. He's been the facilitator that the Lakers needed at the point guard, and he's basically a guy that can shoot the 3-ball. I mean, with Russ and Patrick Beverley, they weren't really good on offense. I mean, Russ was a little bit better than Pat Bev, but that, says a lot. And, Westbrook not being a good 3-point shooter, couldn't really space the floor. Now with D'Angelo Russell, I mean, his playmaking ability is definitely something that they could use, and also his 3-point shooting, but also being a guy that can just run the offense and just know his role. I mean, he's been doing that for a majority of his career, and coming to the Lakers is not really different. Yeah, so the backcourt for this team with Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell is definitely a lot worse defensively compared to Russ and Pat Bev, but offensively, you get a lot more options with 3-point shooting and just the playmaking and facilitating. And, I would take I wouldn't say I would take the offense over defense, but the Lakers offense is already looking pretty great and it's looking a lot better post deadline. So, and the defense, I mean, it was already okay with LeBron and AD on the team, so I wouldn't really worry too much about that. And adding in Jared Vanderbilt definitely helps out with the Lakers defense too. So yeah, I mean, all three additions, Vanderbilt, Russell, and Malik Beasley, all have been pretty great additions. Now, I would say this team has a lot of potential, and with the team looking at it right now, they have a lot of interesting pieces on the team. I mean, Mo Bamba, definitely a good backup center option for this team. Troy Brown Jr., a good knockdown 3-point shooter. Wendy Gabriel, I mean, he's been out of the rotation, but definitely has some potential. Ryu Hachimura, I mean, he's definitely getting a more or less a reduced role with these new guys coming in, but still is a good option for them if they need a guy that can just shoot the ball at the small forward position. So they do have some good young pieces too. Definitely. I mean, Max Christie being only 20 years old, Austin Reeves being around 24, so that's pretty good. Scottie Pippen Jr. being 22. They have some pieces for the future, and I think that's good with, LeBron being around 38. This team is definitely going to be either good or bad with him gone. So we'll see what happens with them. But finally, I do want to talk about the Lakers and where they're going to be going from here. So currently they are outside of the play-in, and they can honestly make it if they do win majority of their games. I would say if the Lakers do make the playoffs, I mean, they could definitely be an underrated team to watch out for and can definitely make some noise in the postseason. Now with the West, it's looking a lot more dangerous. I mean, with the Kyrie and KD moves and just being a really compact Western Conference this year, I think that the Lakers can definitely be a pretty underrated team and maybe a dark horse team to go to the conference finals. So you guys can, what do you guys think about this Lakers team, this new look Lakers team? They're definitely looking legit. And currently they are 29-32, so hopefully they can get that record up to at least over 500, and hopefully they can just make some noise in the playoffs. So that's the end.